Hello, welcome back to my second channel, welcome back to Jack in the Books, and welcome back to my book trolley. Right now I'm back in my childhood bedroom, and so I've got all of my books right here, and I want to sort them into a physical TBR on this trolley. So I have 4 tiers. I'm going to try and rank them in order of when I want to read the books, in order of priority. And that's the plan. I wanted to film this in a very aesthetically pleasing, beautiful way. However, I am in my childhood bedroom and there is literally stuff everywhere because I mostly just store my stuff here when I'm moving around. And so there's just, honestly, there's no way of doing this in a nicer way than just, it's gonna be handheld, baby. And I've set out all of my books that I want to read at some point over the next year. And I'm just gonna go through and add them to the TBR trolley. I'm sorry it's not gonna be beautiful. I'm sorry it's just gonna be candid and raw, but baby, this is what you came here for. Don't pretend that your expectations were any higher than what you are currently receiving. And I guess I'll just talk you through as I put things onto my trolley. This right here is my immediate TBR. These are books that I need to read for videos and upcoming content and stuff like that. In the very foreseeable future. I'm heading to France on Sunday, and so these books are coming with me. And so those are going to be separate from the TBR trolley. Those are just by my bed so that I can kind of get to them when I need them. I think the book that's taking the #1 spot for me right now is Lapvona, because there is so much online discourse surrounding this book, and I would quite like to make a whole dedicated video just about this one, my reading experience of it. So I think that's going to be coming to you very soon. Okay, there is still only one book on the shelf, but actually quite a bit of time has passed. I've been overthinking it. I've been thinking a lot. Thoughts are being thunk because I've been putting books into piles of these are books that I want to take back to New York with me. And then I have these 2 books which I want to take on a specific trip that I'm going on. And then this I want to take on a trip that I'm going on to Scotland. These books here mostly I think would be good beach reads, so these would be good for the summer. And then this one I think would be good for taking to Hay Festival with me this year, because it's all about a literary festival. So taking it with me to a literary festival would make sense, right? So I feel these are some summer books. So then I think these are going to become my current TBR. And then while I'm coming back and forth from London, I thought it would make sense to read some hardbacks, because then I'm taking them on trips but bringing them back, so that when I go back to New York I'm not taking a full suitcase just of hardback books. It's problems that aren't real problems, but right now as I'm factoring everything in, they're problems. Do you know what I mean? Let's add some books to the trolley. After Lapvona it's gonna be Hearts and Bones. By the way, I need to take these stickers off. This is where things start falling. Then Empire Land, but in non-fiction. I Who Have Never Known Men, I am desperate to read. Oh dear. Oh no. Then Losing the Plot, Things We Lost in the Fire, a little short story collection, Lessons in Chemistry. I feel everyone is talking about this book and I want to know what's up. It's kind of sad though that it has such a funky cover and then such a boring spine. Alone with You in the Ether, again, everyone is talking about this, and look at those sprayed edges. Yes. Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies. I'm trying to sort of balance out some long books and some short books, because next we have Salt Slow. Julia Armfield wrote one of my favourite books of last year, which was Our Wives Under the Sea, and so I'm desperate to read something else by her. Okay, you just stay there. This one is super slim. It's text. Did that just fall over again? Anyways, it's very short, and that is going in there, because I feel Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies is going to be a bit of a long read, so I think I'll appreciate some shorter ones just immediately afterwards. Then we have 3 Rooms, and this is filling up. The top shelf is on its way to being done. Watching Women and Girls is also going on there. And I think to finish that shelf is going to be Blueberries, which is an essay collection. Okay, that is looking pretty good. That is some reading I'm excited by. First book on the next shelf is going to be The Candy House. This was a critic's favourite of the year. I feel every literary magazine roundup has said this was one of the best books of 2022. Then I'm hoping I can read all of these before I head back to New York City, so I won't have to pack any of them in my suitcases. And so then I've put aside, but where did I put them? I put aside some books that I wanted to take with me to New York specifically, because I also think that friends of mine in New York would also like to read them, and so then I can pass them on to friends. Okay, so we have Olga Dies Dreaming. I'm pretty sure this is set in the city, so I feel I'm gonna want to read it while I'm there. Same thing with Yoke. Maybe I'll do a little reading vlog of New York books while I'm in New York. And if I'm doing that, then I should also take, oh, William, because look at that cover. That is New York City. And then Young Mungo. I know some of my friends want to read this book, so I will pass it on. Then we have The Novelist. There's no real reason behind this aside from vibes. Really Good actually is coming out in January 2023. So I feel like I'm thinking this is going to be like March/April kind of reading at that point there. So I think I'm going to chuck that in there because I think then the book will have been out long enough for there to be kind of a discourse about it. Then Mouth to Mouth. Actually, there's a strong blue theme going on. I'm not mad about it. These two books that I showed you before are going in here as well, although I don't know if this trip will be... I mean, I will move it around. I have time to move things around. This is not like a rigid TBR, but it's like a general kind of plan, although I am a mood reader, so we'll see. Next I'm adding Checkout 19, A Horse at Night, Night Bitch, and In the Dream House. In that order. Next, one of my most anticipated books of the year, Atalanta, because again, a lot of my friends like to borrow books on like Greek mythology and that kind of thing, so that one is coming with me. And then after that point, I'm going to try not to think too much about like location and where I'm going to be, and instead think more about like what my order of priority of the other books on my TBR is. So like which books am I wanting to read more urgently and which books am I like wanting to read but they're not a top priority. Okay, I'm going with Build Your House Around My Body, followed by Hurricane Season, Desperate Characters, The Discomfort of Evening, Detransition Baby, The Rabbit Hutch, Insatiable, The Empty Space, A Girl is a Half-Formed Thing, A Certain Hunger, The School for Good Mothers, At Certain Points We Touch. Then I'm thinking that might bring me to the summer. And the rest of these books, I don't know, I guess are the ones that I'm like not really gravitating towards, which is funny because a lot of these books have been on my TBR for a very long time, so they're obviously books I'm not like massively excited about. I knew when I bought this book that it would take me ages to get around to reading it. I'm so annoyed that that's ended up there. What can I say? I am predictable. Oh no! Did I just do that to that cover? Damn it. But yeah, I'm going to put those last books on at the bottom shelf, and then that is my new physical TBR. I'm going to take it off the bed real quick because I kind of put it here so I could show you, and I have to say I'm very nervous that it's going to fall over at any moment and cause quite a loud crash. So thanks so much for watching this video. That has been my physical TBR, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All the best, stay in touch, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye!